2021's The Batman, the latest attempt to reboot the Caped Crusader, as you might expect, shares multiple characters with the Dark Knight trilogy. But even though Ben Affleck surprised us and will be back in the new Flash movie, a lot of fans still wonder if the new Batman film will stand up to Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale's take on the world's greatest detective. I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant, and now let's take a look at all the characters that Batman has in common with the Dark Knight trilogy.
What the hell are you? I'm Batman.
Obviously, yes, Bruce Wayne / Batman is the protagonist of both the Batman and the Dark Knight series, but the new Batman film will smartly not focus on once again retelling Batman's origin story. I mean, seriously, how many times can you see Thomas and Martha Wayne get shot? Robert Pattinson's Batman will only be in his second year as a crime fighter, so he's a lot less experienced and definitely seems a little more unpredictable and rough around the edges.
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Continuing with the theme of not fully realized characters, it's been mentioned that Selina Kyle won't quite be Catwoman, at least not at the start of the film. The trailer shows her in a much more homebrew outfit, and it remains to be seen what kind of relationship she'll have with Bruce Wayne and Batman. Most recent versions of the character portray her as not entirely bad, including Anne Hathaway's take in The Dark Knight Rises, but it would definitely be interesting to see her evil side get played up a little bit more.
No guns, no killing.
Where's the fun in that?
And then we've got not quite Commissioner Gordon. While it has become more common lately to race or gender swap characters in films, they don't normally do it in the middle of a franchise, so one of the first signs that the Batman wasn't going to be a part of the established DCEU even as a prequel was the casting of Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. While it's possible that Gordon being black won't change a thing, it easily could. He's only a detective at this point, and the film could show it as being harder for a black lawman to stand up to Gotham's notoriously corrupt political forces or to move up within the department.
Can I change your mind about quitting the force?
You know what you said about structures becoming shackles. You were right.
When it comes to Alfred, we haven't seen Andy Serkis's version of him yet, although we did hear his voice briefly in the trailer. Serkis has said that a big part of the film will be the emotional connection between Alfred and Bruce, and while that is the case in a lot of Batman stories, due to the timeline, this Alfred is also younger and less grandfatherly than Michael Caine's was. And with Pattinson's Batman said to be more focused on cleaning up Gotham rather than avenging his parents' deaths, it could also be up to this new Alfred to rein Bruce in when he starts to lose his moral bearings.
I've sewn you up, I've set your bones, but I won't bury you. I've buried enough members of the Wayne family.
Another character not seen in the Batman's first trailer was Carmine Falcone, Gotham's resident lord of organized crime. Tom Wilkinson played Falcone in Batman Begins, but this time we'll get John Turturro filling in those wingtips. Wilkinson's Falcone was a sleazeball, but in Gotham, while he was still a criminal, he still had some apparent sense of honor and could be reasoned with to an extent. Turturro has hinted that this Falcone will be unlike previous versions, but for now it's not quite clear exactly what that means. Now, they weren't a part of the Nolan trilogy, but we're also getting the Riddler and the Penguin this time around, and we're sure that we'll continue to learn more as the movie gets closer and closer to release. So make sure to keep up with Screen Rant to stay in the know. I'm Greg Elliott, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.